the crossover, the quickness, the question, the answer. Did Allen Iverson save Reebok? Let's take a look at the history of AI, how we changed the NBA, and break down his signature shoe collection right here on the Signature Souls podcast. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Signature Souls podcast, where we review, break down, and rate some of your favorite retros, signature shoes, and new releases. I'm your host, Soul Brother Steph. This is my wonderful co-host,
Miss Millie.
On today's episode, we're going to review and rate some of Allen Iverson's collection. But before we get into his shoes, Millie, what are you wearing today?
Today, I'm rocking some of my favorite Cops. These are the green velvet dunks. So these are from the women's collection of dunks. So I saw these and I had to have them. Green's my favorite color and this emerald is just very rich.
I gotta say, you definitely have great taste in shoes.
Thank you.
Those are super fire. I've never seen them with that velvet, like a velvet.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope. And the shirt matches.
Thank
the
you.
white laces.
What you rocking today?
I got on the Jordan 1, Lucky Greens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't really have a lot of ones, but green is my favorite color as well. So kind of had to color coordinate,
Yeah, the Lucky Greens are some of my favorite. I like how they keep switching out the way they put the colors on though. I have noticed that because I have a pair too, but it's a little bit different where they put the green and black, but those are fire.
Iverson has 16 signatures, which is the most aside from LeBron, KD, and of course the GOAT, Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Growing up in Hampton, Virginia, Allen Iverson was one of the most athletic kids in his neighborhood. His mother, Ann Allen, would push him to play basketball, even taking him to all the local gyms, parks, and she sent him to his first basketball camp at just 9 years old.
That's dope.
At that time, she also would buy him his first pair of Air Jordans. Iverson thought basketball was soft and wanted to play football, which we heard him say numerous times that he was better in football than basketball.
I know that I would have been a better player in football than I was in basketball. And that's not disrespecting basketball guys. That's not disrespecting the game that's done so much for me. I mean, I'm a household name. I'm a Hall of Famer in that sport. But football was my first love.
Hey, he was kind of nice at football, though.
Iverson would play football and basketball at Bethel High School, showing off his superstar athleticism in both sports.
Iverson and Rutland, but they are the stars of the show, combining for an average of more than 50 points.
After high school, Iverson would attend the University of Georgetown. He would run through the competition with his dazzling style of play. Not only did he embarrass his opponents, but he did so in shoes like the Air Up, the Air Way Up, and the Jordan 11 Concords, which are some of my favorites.
Yeah, now that's a nice collection. The Air Ups is hard.
Mm-hmm.
The Air Way Ups is dope. And then, of course, the Concords.
Yeah.
The pinnacle of Jordans.
I know his opponents were saucy. You getting balled out and you got the flyest kicks on.
I know that's what we, because of him, I started, he used to wear the McDavid ankle braces with the Concords.
Yes.
So I started wearing those too. I never had the Concords, but I definitely copied.
You got to get some Concord stuff. From his flashy style of play and super quick crossover, Reebok and Nike had their eyes on him in college. Iverson's first agent called all the shoe companies that wanted him, but it ended up coming down to Nike and Reebok. While his coach John Thompson was a Nike guy pushing for that Nike deal, Reebok was ready to give AI that bag.
Give him the bag.
In fact, Reebok started working on his signature shoe before they even signed him. The Question was made before he even stepped foot on the NBA floor.
Now that's dope. just imagine you just getting out of college, you know? People in the NBA have been in the NBA for years and they don't even have signatures. But you get right out of college and they come to you, boom, here, man, come with us.
Already got it, the blueprint.
And I was kind of surprised that he went with Reebok over Nike, you know, because that was like kind of big back then. Reebok wasn't popping.
Do you think it was because they were so forthcoming with a plan?
I think so. And I think, you know, how Iverson is, he probably just wanted to be different. Everybody
That's
else
true.
had Nike. I could imagine, you know, he used to love Jordan so much. If it wasn't Jordan,
Right.
you know, it wasn't nothing.
Right.
We actually have images of the first prototype of the Question, which they would eventually release Reebok the Question prototype in the late 2022. Do you know where the name the Question come from, Millie?
I don't have the answer.
Reebok and the designers of Iverson's first signature shoe named it the Question from questions concerning how his NBA future would pan out.
Oh, okay.
They put out 5,000 pairs of the Questions in Philly, and they almost sold out immediately. People were coming from as far as Virginia to grab them. The Question is made with a hexa-like cushioning in the midsole with that icy blue outsole. That's like my favorite feature.
Right.
I love that baby blue.
I do too. But would you feel some sort of way with a shoe collection being based around the future of your career? And everybody was so thirsty to cop it too.
Well, I mean, you know, when you're coming out of college, when you really that young, and you know the NBA is everybody's dream.
Right.
Like they throwing names at you, shoes, shoe deals. I would jump on it too. Probably wasn't even thinking that deep, you know?
Right, I feel that, especially in college. I
Right.
get it. Reebok will also make the All-Star colorway of the Question, which AI didn't want to wear because it didn't match his jersey. I feel that.
Right.
This is the same colorway a number of players wore in a few of the McDonald's All-American games. We even see LeBron James wearing the red tips in the McDonald's game, and over the years we've seen a number of players like Kobe Bryant, Rajon Rondo, and James Harden wearing the Questions.
That's hard.
Reebok and Adidas would also collab and would come up with the Harden Iversons, which had James Harden logo on the heel. I don't know about those. I'm
don't
not
like
feeling
those?
those, not at all.
Man, those is fire. First of all, I like the fact that, you know, all the NBA player, imagine you're in the NBA and you playing against somebody else wearing your shoes. It's not just Jordan Iverson got Kobe wearing your shoes.
Right.
LeBron, that's dope. But I like the Harden Iverson collab because I don't know, it's just a different look. They don't usually, you know, Iversons usually have the number at the bottom of the heel, but it has the little Harden logo. I just think that's dope how Reebok and Adidas would collab. You wouldn't even think of that.
Right. I think the idea of the collaboration is great. I just feel like the way they executed the shoe, they could have done a better job.
Execution was bad.
Yes.
In 1997, Reebok would release Iverson's second signature shoe, the Answer 1. This is the first shoe in the Answer series, and it contains DMX technology.
Wow.
You're not feeling those either?
No, none of them are the answers.
I can honestly say, I think they look better on him than they would on me. Just those silhouettes, the Answer 1, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. The Answer 2 was basically a lighter sneaker than the original Answer, and this time with DMX light technology. I don't really like those either. You know,
Okay.
like I said, they look better on him than they would on me, but the Answer 3 was an even lighter shoe. Still using DMX light technology, they used tumble leather on the upper and had the I3 logo on the back heel tab.
Okay, I'll definitely give them a point for the tumbled leather because I do love a good tumbled leather on a shoe. However, those still weren't the answer.
Nah, not the answer. Okay. So we know it. You're probably gonna rate this at the end.
Oh yeah.
The most popular in the Answer series is the Answer 4, AKA the Stepovers, which was worn during his 2000-2001 MVP season. They were re-released 16 times in different colorways since their first retro in 2012.
16 times? That's a lot of
That's a
releases.
lot. You know, they was loving them.
Re-releases.
Re-releases.
Yeah,
You know,
he was killing them with those.
killing the game. Also in 2001, Iverson was signed a lifetime deal with Reebok, which earned him $800,000 a year, and he'll get $32 million when he turned 55.
Sheesh.
Man,
I'll definitely write that one out. 55, that's it?
Right? I mean,
That's a pretty check waiting on you.
they pretty much put your lump sum to when, you know, you get older, but they still gave you basically $1 million a year.
Yeah, and that's not even that old.
Right. The answer 5, his 6th signature shoe. You know, it's crazy to think he had 10 more signature shoes.
That's a lot of signature shoes.
That's a lot.
I definitely can't keep up.
Right. But they were retroed and re-released 6 more times. Now there are 10 more signatures we could be here all day going over, but let's look at a few honorable mentions from his collection. The only other ones out of the rest of his collection that I actually rock is the answer 11 and the answer 6. But you know, all the rest, they kind of started to look a little space boutish.
Well, Steph, like you said, we can go on all day about Allen Iverson's signature shoes. We've seen the question, we've seen the answer 1 through 5. We also seen a few honorable mentions and seen the overall history behind Allen Iverson and Reebok. So on a scale of 1 to 5, what do you rate this collection, this vast collection?
It's a lot of shoes, you know. We didn't get into all of them, but AI, you my boy, man. But I'm gonna have to give it a 2.
Woo-wee.
You know, I honestly, I only really like the questions.
Don't kill us in the comments.
Don't kill us. I do like the answer 4s, you know, but I just like them for the nostalgia because I had them back in the day, you know. But yeah, I had to give it a solid 2. What about you?
I agree. I give it a 2, and that's only because I'm only interested in wearing the questions, and that is only for nostalgic purposes as well. Everything else was not the answer, in my opinion. The only other reason I gave him another point was because, Allen, you are fine. You're a trendsetter. 5'6", I'm just kidding. But Allen Iverson was great on the court, and he only had 1 pair of shoes that I'm interested in wearing.
You know what? We're gonna have to come up with a new rating system.
Why?
Because you can't rate and give people extra points just because you think they fine.
Well, that's our show for today. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up, tap that notification bell, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel as we will be dropping new episodes every week. I'm your girl, Miss Millie.
I'm Soul Brother Steph.
Thanks for watching the Signature Soul Podcast, and until next time, love, peace, and souls.
Uh-oh, the Diana Ross left.